In this episode of MGUY, I take my wing mirror to bits. So in this episode of MGUY, another really irritating problem with the CL65 is that I kept getting an error for the wing mirror indicator repeater light to have failed. Now I just replaced that because it had a crack in it from when I brought it back from Melbourne. So couldn't be a fault with the globe itself. So it had to be something else inside the mirror. So I stripped down the mirror, and the first thing I saw, of course, was that both the leads going to the indicator strip had pulled out of their little plug. So the first challenge was to actually get the plug out of the globe. So this is the globe unit, and you can see just below my finger here there's a little plug. Actually it's a socket, but it's got two prongs in it, which is where the connector goes into, and the connector was stuck in there. So I was able to use a pair of needle-nosed pliers, hope this is in focus, just to take that plug out of that hole there. Once I got the plug out, it was a question of trying to find something that would go in there to replace that plug, which is basically rusted away. Found a couple of these little connectors here, which are actually just little square things which will plug into the pins on the indicator, and they've got some nice wire on the end, so that will allow me to solder them onto the existing wires in the mirror assembly and hopefully make a decent circuit. This shows the mirror assembly, and you can see these are the two wires that were originally connected to the indicator, and they have just completely rusted and fallen out. These two actually connect to the dimming mirror, which is also not working, so I'm thinking that those may be a bit corroded as well. So we'll try and clean those up and get a contact with the mirror. And I was actually able to get some instructions off the internet to do this. I went to a website called emanualsonline.com, which I don't have any association with, but I think Sam Crack or one of those other YouTubers recommended it. And I downloaded the entire Mercedes-Benz workshop manual for every single car they've ever made. I think it was 18 gigabytes or something ridiculous. So anyway, buried in there was the instructions for how to take this mirror housing off. Typically it's fiddly and complex, but good to have the workshop instructions. I'll show you the pictures for that right now. When you purchase the workshop manual, it actually comes as a complete virtual machine, which you have to run in VirtualBox. It comes with a complete version of Windows 7, which starts up to reveal a web-based welcome screen that allows you to log in to the application, and it then launches a Java-based application, which is the workshop manual itself. As far as I can see, it has got every conceivable model of Mercedes-Benz in it, and that wouldn't be surprising because it is 18.5 gigabytes to download. So you can select your model, just search CL65 and it will bring up a list. And once you've done that, you can select a keyword, for example, exterior mirror. And on the right hand side, you can select what information type you require, undertake a search, and this gives you all the information stored for that particular part or assembly. And you can see that it has photos and detailed instructions for carrying out that particular repair, which is amazing. Highly recommended. But the best thing, of course, is that I can play Minesweeper again, which I was a bit of an expert at back in the day. So here's a speeded up game just to show that I've still got the skills. Yay, winner. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to cut the scraggy ends off that. Then just strip a bit of the end if we can. Then we'll take the new bit of wire here and we'll just take that off about here. So we'll use that bit. And again, strip a bit off here and here. There we go. Whoops, hang on, before we do that, we need to put some heat shrink. So I just snip off a couple of lengths of heat shrink.
One eternity later.
A few swear words later, and we can now just seal up the heat shrink. Yay. Okay, so green goes at the bottom. Blue on top, green on bottom. Okay, brilliant. Okay. See, this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I never work on my own cars. Because even the tiniest little job, like fixing a indicator, turns into a complete and absolute freaking nightmare. Okay, so that's the indicator back in, I think. Two short screws go in. There and there. The one I missed. One. Two. 3. Yeah, that one's, see how the plastic's just cracked on there. Just tighten it up very gently. Okay. Joy. Deep joy. So I used a little bit of sandpaper just to clean off these contacts here. Now these go onto the mirror itself and actually darken the mirror when there's lights from behind. So it's like a photochromic effect, an LCD effect, but that hasn't been working. So hoping that cleaning the contacts and just squeezing them a little bit tighter has actually just re-enabled that feature again. So let's put the mirror back, and this is always fun because this is where you break the thing and smash the glass, or you do if you're me. So this is the back side of the mirror, and you can see it's got these two connectors here which connect to the two wires in the mirror housing and provide the dimming effect on the glass itself. Okay, well, I don't think it's broken, but I don't know whether it's going to work. Cool. That actually looks now it's slotted back into the right place. That's working. So yeah, took a few years off my life, but it's done. So I hope you enjoyed that little video on repairing the mirror indicator on the CL65. I think it's a good example of why I actually don't ever like working on my own cars, because even the simplest job can turn into an absolute nightmare very easily. That, for example, was just so difficult because the wires had corroded. I had to resolder new contacts in. I mean, so basic, but so difficult. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like. It'd be great to have you as a subscriber and hit that notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram at mguy.tv or Twitter at mguy_TV, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.